Virginia's non-discrimination policies, how it has one of the, and I would say one of the weakest of what they will cover, what they will protect. Whereas a place like D.C. is very inclusive. They have a list of areas in which are going to be protected under their Non-Discrimination Act, and that's what I go to. I'm always letting people get familiar with what legislation you have in place so that you're aware of it. It is so important for you to be aware of what's on the books. So I will always start in that nice, comfy way. And then I let people know that level of responsibility that you do have laws. And so I went in one city and they said, well, we don't have to. That's not a law here. I said, but you have heard of civil suits. And if you're messing with people's children, you will have a civil suit. Because nobody's going to let their child be in a space in which they're not thriving. Nobody's going to do that.
There are more lawyers per capita in Arlington than in any other community.
I tell you.
Point of fact.
Yes, and that's something to think about. How can you, making sure you're aware of your school's policies regarding protecting students. So do you all know your policy regarding, what is your policy? Who can tell me for Arlington County? What is the policy? You know, Jack?
Well, at least for Washington Lee, they have a mission statement that protects students' rights, and it has a ridiculously long list. It's like race, socioeconomic class, gender, sexual orientation, like every possible thing.
Correct.
And so if you go to the administration at Washington Lee, at least they're really helpful with it.
Right. And I love that Jack and Gwen said, is that they saw the evolution of their school becoming a welcoming and inclusive space. And one of the things that Jack, and I'm going to get right to you, sir. One of the things that Jack and Gwen said that made me especially proud is that they knew that they had to begin to start standing up and speaking. They knew that. And that's part of it. And you need to clap on that because people are they knew that it was time to start speaking up and speaking out. And the second thing that I like is that they knew that they had to work together. You cannot do this work or any work by yourself and think you're going to be successful. And the third thing they said is that we started being strategic about what we responded to. They didn't just accept anything. And you can't. You know, one of the things, and I know it may make parents nervous, but I said you have to teach your children how to voice and advocate for themselves. You have to. Because if they don't, you'll become an adult who doesn't know how to. It is not by chance that data says educators who did not do well with bullying as young people have a difficult time stopping bullying in a school space. Makes sense, huh?
That makes sense.
Yes. And that's one of the things we try to help educators with, because they will tell you, yes, I was bullied as a child, or I know someone who was bullied and I didn't know how to deal with it. So here you are in a school space having to stop bullying and you don't, because you have your own fears, you have your own pain still. Yes, sir.
Well, as a former Yorktown graduate, high school in this county, and I want to agree with what you said, and I saw a full revamp of the acceptance program and different services I could go to and everything. Because I was out in high school, and I was openly out in high school, and I got a little bit of bullying here and there, but I think I had a support group and proper mentoring to get through it.
Right. Right. And I'm going to be honest, one of the things I'm trying to get, especially young people and educators, to don't think it's okay to go through a process of being bullied. That's not okay. But a lot of people still believe that's just what you have to go through. It's part of being in a school. I'm like, no, you don't have to go through that. You know we got to work to pay bills, but you shouldn't have to go to school to be bullied. We know that. But as I say, no, I don't just work to pay bills. I work to have fun. So I don't know about anyone else.